Previously.
I think I have to go for broke. We're going all in.
It's an expensive soul charge.
On Progression Series Season 2.
Oh my god, bro. Gaga Cowboy's not a real card for this dude.
If you don't clear this whole board, this could get very ugly for you. You got it. Oh my god,
Duelist.
what
I'm
a
glad I got a win
crazy
with
game
this
3 though. Duelist Alliance is going to be an even crazier episode than we thought. That's nuts.
In this series, both Nyhmnim and myself will be opening 24 booster packs or one box of a core Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster set. We will build a deck and play a best 2 out of 3, and the winner will receive a small prize to upgrade their deck. However, in each episode, we will open another box of the next set that was released, moving in chronological order, constantly upgrading our decks before dueling each other at the end of each episode. But this time around, we'll be introducing side sets, a new banning system, and plenty of other fun surprises that you'll just have to watch to find out. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series Season 2. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code Cimoooooooo5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Well, Gage, we haven't been here in a while, but welcome everyone once again to the Judgment, the dawn of a new era. The pendulum summoning mechanic is here with Duelist Alliance, and like the other introductions to summoning mechanics, we like to spice up things here before entering the Arc V era. Don't you think, Gage?
Oh, absolutely. With the fresh new era, I feel like we should kind of revamp the Progression Series ban list into a fresh new format. I'm really excited to see. We have a lot of things that are going to be returning, as well as a couple things leaving our grasp today. You want to fill in the players about what we're going to be removing from our card pool?
Absolutely. So officially hitting the Hall of Fame are going to be some cards that I think you'll be fans to see. So Future Fusion, Card of Safe Return, Vanity's Emptiness, and Royal Oppression are all now on the Hall of Fame. I think Gage and I collectively decided that these are some of the most unfun auto-win cards in our format. Not to say that we still don't have a few, but these are some of the worst offenders. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I've activated Future Fusion to dump 5 a few times. I feel like it's been pretty good.
I've flipped Vanity's Emptiness to win a few times. You know, it's pretty good.
A couple. You know what? I was just going to think, like, if you Royal Oppression my Pendulum Summon in this era, I would be pretty freaking angry. So it's pretty good that we're going to remove those cards from the era as we move into this new faster-paced Yu-Gi-Oh! That we'll be playing. We'll be saying hello to a whole bunch of old friends again, though. Maybe they'll pop up in some deck lists. So for the unbans that we'll be removing from our mutual ban list, we'll be bringing back Flamvel Firedog, Bora the Spear, Gravekeeper Descendant, Elemental Hero Neos Alias, Gladiator Beast Bestiary, Blackwing Shura, and also the mighty Mirror Force will be joining our card pool again. Dude, that's a lot of Blackwings. I never thought I'd be saying hello to those cards again, dude. I worked hard to ban those.
Definitely slimming down the list of banned cards here, but a lot of these cards, I think you and I collectively agreed, are either past their prime or just give us the opportunity to play a wider variety of different decks. Whether those decks are good or not is obviously up for debate, but Mirror Force is also one of those cards, I think on the July 2014 ban list, which we're currently abiding by, actually just went to 3 as a matter of fact. So you know what? It can't be that bad, right?
Yeah, definitely can't, right? Like I said, I'm scared that those Blackwings are back. I can only imagine the brews you're cooking up over there with those Blackwings. But like you said, they're past their prime. I think we can say hello to them again. Maybe we'll come up with something, right?
Of course, we're also going to get 3 additional Redoer tickets at the start of a new era, which puts me up to 1,000,000,003 Redoer tickets. Fantastic. And with that, Gage, I think we've got an episode to film.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a big episode for you today, and it gets bigger with the fact that I'm in the banning, and I'm not exactly happy to be in the banning as we enter Duelist Alliance, but there is several cards that I could choose from, and I think I'm going to try to specifically pick at one of Gage's best decks, and that's why I'm going to ban Tempest, Dragon Ruler of Storms. Now, you might be wondering why I picked Tempest over one of the other Dragon Rulers. Well, Tempest, although it is the weakest one, it technically hits 3 cards. It also hits gets Lightning, Dragon Ruler of Drafts, or whatever the card's name is, which means that he can't play that anymore because Tempest is gone. And also, Debris Dragon loses its target, which is Lightning, which means like his Black Rose play or anything like that becomes significantly weaker by comparison. So effectively, we get to ban 3 cards for 1. I don't want to ban Tidal because I also have a Tidal, and Blaster is also pretty decent, but you know what? If we lose this episode, we can just ban that at the end of this one. So in any case, let's go ahead and throw it over to Gage so he can spin the wheel for winning last episode.
With the release of Duelist Alliance, we have found ourselves in the next era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Things are going to start speeding up quick. Card design gets a lot more complex now, and the game just becomes completely different than what we've seen before. That's part and due to the release of Pendulums. I think that might be a little bit of a difficult strategy to adapt over the Progression series because a lot of the cards are hyper-specific to make Pendulum strategies really work, and they're also locked behind high rarity. But in general, you'll start to see a lot faster cards, a lot more efficient cards released in the games, cards that just do more. I think it's really exciting. This is the era of Yu-Gi-Oh! That I think I've played the most in of all time, so I'm really excited to revisit it again. And Duelist Alliance is an incredible set to be able to open once again. Releasing 3 extremely powerful archetypes into the game, I think it's really exciting to see those. I want you to just take a moment and look back at the Judgment, what we decided to unban and ban. If you look at those cards, about 80% of them are cards that I chose to ban, but we're going to release them just to have a little bit of fun, you know? The model we decided to use going into Arc 5 as well, the score's even. How about we even the playing field? Let's see what kind of wacky things we can make by bringing some old friends back. But first, I have the wheel in front of me, and it's just as big as it always was. So let's see what I can spin. I'm going to give it one click, one singular click, and see what I can get. I don't know, always looking for like the high end, like the promos and stuff. But hey, a ban ticket right off the bat. You know what? We just had the Judgment. We just purged a whole bunch of things. I'll decide what to add to it next week. Nothing to decide now for that, though. In the meantime, we have a very exciting set. Like I said, Duelist Alliance. Alex loves this set. I'm going to let him tell you all about it.
Talk about a reversal as we get into one of the best sets of all time, Duelist Alliance. I was on a 3-win streak, Gage was in the banning, and then all of a sudden we are tied by Gage going on a win streak and sending me into the banning. But that's going to just climax into one of the best sets of all time, Duelist Alliance. For those of you who didn't play around this time, it's really difficult to convey just how game warping of a set this was. When was the last time, in any time you've played Yu-Gi-Oh, that you can think of one core set that introduced like 3 to 4 tier 1 archetypes in addition to like 1 or 2 like tier 2 sets in addition to all these other generically powerful support cards in addition to that? I genuinely believe that the only set that maybe comes close to this in modern memory is a set like Power of the Elements, but we'll get to that when we get there. In any case, let's talk Duelist Alliance. Released on August 14th, 2014, this set introduced all of the aforementioned, but also a new summoning mechanic in Pendulums. And we may not see Pendulums immediately right off the bat, but don't worry, we've got some plans. Starting off at the super rare rarity, a lot of the Yang Zing cards hovered in this tier, but also some of the cards from the 3 big tier 1 archetypes. We're talking Satellar Knight and Alsem, which was a card that wasn't played all that much, but it was fine. Shaddoll Fusion, Shaddoll Core, as well as Traveler of the Burning Abyss. All of these cards are instrumental in all, maybe except for Alsem, in all of the decks we're going to be seeing moving forward. Also, Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer, one of the best generic rank 4s for this time. It's either a Book of Moon or it shuffles a card back into the deck for any 2 generic rank 4s. What more could you ask for? Moving on down to the rares, even a lot of the rares were in demand for this set because, again, we have several archetypes we're trying to pump out here. So Altair is a rare for Satellar Knight, Shaddoll's Falco, Dragon, and Beast for the Shaddoll archetype. The 3 big Malabranches of the Burning Abyss, Skarm, Graph, and Seer were at the rare, and even cards like UA Mighty Slugger and Perfect Ace, although this was not like the best deck you could be playing out of Duelist Alliance. UAs, especially for those who watch Season 1 in Prague, these cards are not to be underestimated. Even Panzer Dragon was a generically good instant fusion target that a lot of people were really happy to receive. The secret rares were phenomenal. Baxia, Brightness of the Yang Zing, still played like relatively recently in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! With decks like Sword Soul. Deltaros was a fantastic card for Satellar Knight, and it's generic, so you don't even have to play this in Satellar Knight. Cards like Time Space Trap Hole, Magical Spring have seen their time in the spotlight. Rise of the Mega Monarchs sees playing decks like Flu, and then Dante as well, the boss monster of the Burning Abyss. I mean, like, just this set's just insane. The ultimate rares, you know, we're spoiling a little bit, but let's get down to the ultras. We have Deneb, we have Chiwen, we have Window, we have Construct, we have Saphira, Alpha, Sinister Shadow Games, Creation. I think it's insane to me that the worst ultra rare in this set is Doomstar Magician, but 9 out of the 10 ultra rares in here are actually just cracked and were playable at one point. And then even when you get down to the common cards, there's stuff for people who played a more casual level, right? Like this is a short print, but like white prints for anyone who played Skull Servants was a fantastic boost to the archetype. And then getting down here, we have some of the original super heavy samurai stuff. We've got the Melodious support. We've got stuff like Hip Hippo, which saw play because of the Hippo Carnival card. Some of the basic cards like Vega, Unuklahai, Hedgehog, Squamata, Lancia's in here. Battery Man 9-volt for the Battery Men. Resonance Insect for eventually what later on will be B-Trooper. Deskbot 001 for the Deskbot archetype. These are commons we are talking about. Monarch Stormforth for any Monarch strategies. I mean, I could go on and on, but just the sheer overwhelming power of a set like this, those green sets are never to be underestimated when we enter a new era of Yu-Gi-Oh! And every time I look at this set, I just seem to be more and more impressed with the impact that it had on the game. But speaking of sets that are not impactful on the game, we have to open Astro Pack 5. We got 3 of them for losing last episode. So before we get into the fun opening, we of course have to do the boring one. Let's flip it up. I said this was going to be a boring opening, but that is actually my first copy of Charge of the Light Brigade. Now, I understand that we're like well past the point of like playing, you know, some of the Lightsworn based strategies, but there's a lot of power in the fact that Charge is generic and we could play small Lightsworn packages in a lot of decks. That's insane, actually. I'm super happy to pull that. Let's see what we get in the next pack. Overworked, I think we're already set on that. And another Card Trooper, which I believe we already have a playset of. But Charge of the Light Brigade is sick, especially moving into this episode. Let's add it to the collection and crack 24 packs of Duelist Alliance.
A lot of the Shadal cards are low rarity and actually pretty good. I think I ended up taking a Mathematician with a wheel spin that I got earlier, so that would be pretty nice to have, right? Battery Man 9-volt's actually pretty interesting too. Remember, this is a Season 1 all-time favorite, the Battery Man deck. I think we do have something that we can brew up with this. This card's definitely really good. Lancia is a hand trap that comes in and out of favor. It was released as a common in the set here too. Pretty good, right? This is right off the back of Primal Origin, which gave us the initial release of artifacts like Morale Tack and stuff like that. So having this card, it was a little bit weird. You're like, where does this find a place in that archetype, right? Well, it didn't really. It found a place in side decks later on. Graph, the Malum branch of the Burning Abyss. I love the Burning Abyss archetype. I think right out the gate, it was just really questionable about what it would do, right? It could make Dante, and then it could mill and summon some more level 3s, but that's about it. And was that good enough to compete? I don't know. Oh, Skarm, by the way. Speaking of which, the Malum branch is there. That's another great one to pick up. I'd love to pick up a lot of these guys earlier here, but since we're in Season 2 and we get to open side sets, they actually get a reprint in premium gold, so they should be a lot more accessible. Also, they're kind of spread out throughout Astral Packs as well. Panzer Dragons, a great instant fusion target, actually. When it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you just destroy a card on the field, but it's just a level 5 machine. That's not so bad. Whoa, is that Despot 01? Again, Season 1 icon right there. Dogu. I hate... Has anybody ever gone to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki and then you read the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki and again, under every card trivia, it says, this card can be searched by Dogu. Because every card in the game can be searched by Dogu. Shadal Falcos, nice rare to have. Squamata, love popping up with these low rarity Shadals here. I would like to see Beast, that's probably one of the better ones. And it really doesn't come together until we get like a Shadal Fusion or something like that, which I like to remain optimistic, but I don't think we'll get something like that.
All right, 24 packs of Duelist Alliance, and man, there is a lot that we are looking for in here. What's interesting is that depending on how our polls go, because obviously for Shadal, Satellar Knight, as well as Burning Abyss, if we get certain pulls, it might pull us, you know, no pun intended, in certain directions with our deck building, and it's going to influence whether or not we want to respin. This is definitely a set we want to use a redoer ticket on, depending on the way things go. So let's flip up the first pack. El Shadal Construct in pack number 1. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. And Dragon and Squamata. The biggest issue now is that we need to pull Shadal Fusion. If we don't pull Shadal Fusion, this construct is actually worthless to us. But holy shit, what a way to start the opening. Other cards I'm going to be looking for in the common slot are 9-volt, because our battery man strategy is actually pretty solid, and 9-volt is the card that sort of connects everything together to really make the deck shine, and so I'd be happy to see that. I'm also looking for the commons and the rares from the other archetypes as well, but now that we pulled Construct, I really want to go all in on Shaddoll, so I'm really hoping we get Shaddoll Fusion. Winda might be a little bit greedy to ask for, but honestly, like, we already have Construct, and Construct is just nuts. I think that's 3 Squamata immediately right off the bat. Granted, it's a common, but sometimes we don't get common, so I'm happy to see that that's basically one of the best ones because it searches everything else, or rather sends everything else to grave. Skarm is also a nice hit as well. I won't be upset to see some UA cards. The UAs put in work for us in Season 1, and starting off with Perfect Ace and UA Stadium, I will happily welcome the athletes back. Sinister Shadow Games and another Shaddoll Dragon. Okay, so again, I need Shaddoll Fusion. I'm happy to see Sinister Shadow Games, and we are on course to have one of the craziest Shaddoll openings in this series history, but we're also missing other key cards in the rare slot like Shaddoll Falco and Shaddoll Beast, but we can sort of supplement our Shaddoll package with other cards if we are sort of lacking in that department. Oh, Yangzing Creation is another Ultra. I can't complain that I've gotten 3 Ultras in 8 packs, but I'm really hoping we can get to play Shaddoll today. That would just be nuts.
Oh my god, Castell's amazing, though. A fantastic rank 4 to add to our pool. This one was actually really good, being that immediate counter to actually Silent Honor Arc. Silent Honor Arc can only target things in face-up attack position, which made it, it's still a great card, right? You slurp it up and then it protects itself by battle, but it made it a little bit difficult to get around things in defense position. Castell's the answer to that, right? I can answer my opponent's Silent Honor Arc by simply shuffling it back to the deck. Doesn't matter the position it's in. That's a great card. And look, Skarm right next to it too. That's an awesome pack. Mighty Slugger. I wish these UA cards were better. Again, Season 1 All-Star. I think Alex played a lot of UAs. That's a second Graph, which is awesome. We have 2 Graph, 2 Skarm. We're missing Seer and, of course, Dante. But will we get lucky enough to pull those? Who knows? Speaking of which, we have a great Burning Abyss core already. Like, we just need the Dante, and then it's all put together. Wow, that's the 3rd Graph. Holy smokes. Yeah, okay, I'm going to stop pointing out the Malum branches until we get something big. 9 packs to go, though. We still got a chance. Oh, a super rare. That's Alsham. Alsham's, like, not the greatest at Teller Knight. Again, time limit rules actually didn't exist back then, so burning your opponent for 1,000 was a lot less significant. But hey, it's a super rare nonetheless, right? I think that's only our 2nd or 3rd holo or something like that. We're running a little bit dry on that luck. Dogu!
Well, there's Graph. I mean, if anything, we have one of each of the BAs, and I mean, that's sick, but I don't know how playable that's going to be. That is our 3rd Shaddoll Dragon. I don't think I need 3 Shaddoll Dragons, if I'm going to be totally honest with you, but I mean, the Shaddoll core is coming along very nicely. Shaddoll Fusion! Oh my god! Oh my fucking... And Beast! I didn't even see Beast at first. We have one of the craziest packages. It's insane, too, because we can search Shaddoll Fusion with Hedgehog, so even if we just have the 1 copy, we can play Super Polymerization, because I'm pretty sure we've pulled that in previous sets as well. We can make it work as long as we have 1 copy of Shaddoll Fusion, but what a way to start off Duelist Alliance. We're not even halfway through. We could still get another Shaddoll Fusion. We could get Winda. El Shaddoll Fusion is in the next set, so I'm happy that we already have this foundation. There's no chance we can respin this. This is nuts. An ultimate rare Saphira. I gotta be honest, if we were gonna pull an ultimate rare, it could have been a 2nd construct, which would have been fucking crazy, but you know what? I can't complain because this opening has already been well above average, but man, the hits keep coming. What else can we get in another 11 packs? Well, apparently we can get Deneb. What is this opening? What's crazy with Deneb is that I would prefer multiple copies of it, yes, but all of the other cards, Altairs are rare, and I don't think we've actually pulled a single one yet. God, what is this opening? Another Shaddoll Beast. That's, oh my god, that is one of the best things we could have asked for. The one thing I really, really want at this point, it's already being greedy of me to ask this. I already want more Shaddoll Fusions and more Shaddoll Fusion monsters altogether, but I want at least 1 copy of Shaddoll Falco. If I get 1 Falco, I think we can make it work. Shaddoll Core! Shaddoll Core! We're getting literally all of the Shaddoll cards! What the fuck is going on?
Wow! Wow! That's Shaddoll Fusion! That is so good! Again, we haven't got any of the fusions to go with it yet, but that's our 4th Graph of Malum, the Burning Abyss. This is the card that puts it all together, right? We have Hedgehog, which searches it out. We do need a fusion, though, and it's possible we don't get one in this set, but this might be a keep, so if we can keep the momentum and win the next episode, we might be able to redeem a Shaddoll Construct if we can, spin it on the wheel. There's Beast. This looks awesome. This is great. Wow. All right, 3 packs left. Can I be the luckiest boy on Earth and get a fusion? Any Shaddoll fusion would actually bang, or a Dante Burning Abyss guy. That's another super rare. Bixie. These Yang Zings were never great. The problem is they all miss timing, which is a really outdated mechanic nowadays, but back then it was crushing for this deck. Look at all the Shaddolls, too. They're just asking. They're asking to be played. Please give me something playable. No. Okay, last pack. Last pack. It's got to be something magical. I'm thinking Construct or Dante. Those are like the two. Again, that puts the entire archetype into perspective if we can do that. I'm going to flip it up. I'm not going to look right away. Oh my! It's a Shaddoll Beast. It was close. I think this is almost as good as it gets, though. We got a nice little Burning Abyss suite and a Shaddoll fusion plus a whole bunch of the little Shaddolls, 2 beasts. This is really, really good. Only super rares in today's opening. Strange. Unfortunately, since we did get stiffed on holos, I still think our non-holo luck was outstanding, and it's not enough for me to really consider re-rolling this. Unfortunately, a lot of the glue for the archetypes was high rarity. There's things like Construct. Here, I'll even pull it up. Let's take a little gander. Yeah, unfortunately, the glue for the archetypes, like I was saying, is pretty high rarity. Dante being a secret rare is kind of frustrating. It would have been nice to pull him. He would have been a great fit. Construct is an ultra. Wind is an ultra. Either one of those would have been great to be able to have a target for Shaddoll fusion. Just those are the cards that really can make archetypes come to be. Unfortunately, we didn't get lucky enough to pull them this time, and I don't think I'm going to get lucky enough to get that same kind of reroll with Shaddoll fusion on a reroll of the pack. So I think I got to stick with this here. I think this has got to be good enough. I'm going to add it to collection, yeah. Again, I can hold out hope thinking that if we can come out today with a win, maybe on the wheel next week we can spin a secret, ultra, or even a Starlight rare on the wheel, or if Alex got lucky from Duelist Alliance, a Snatch Steel, and we could possibly put together an archetype from there. It's definitely really, really close to it, and I think that's good enough. I'm happy with it. You know what? I think we can still build something crazy with this. Let's get constructing. Let's see what we got.
Panzer Dragon's also pretty sick because we do still have instant fusion in this series, and that may be, unless I've missed it, I guarantee you I have 3 copies of Shaddoll Hedgehog now. We can check at the end, but I'm almost certain that we do, which means we do have our Shaddoll Fusion Searcher. Wow. Only a few packs left of Duelist Alliance, and what a fucking opening this has been. There's still ways this could be better. There's still ways that we can take this to like the extreme, but let's just see what happens. I think if anything in these last 3 packs, I really want Shaddoll Falco because that is the only Shaddoll rare we are missing. I can live with 1, but if I'm going to be really greedy, I really want another Shaddoll Fusion or another Shaddoll Fusion monster. I will take preferably Winda just so we have some variety. But if I get a second Construct, I'm also not going to complain. So let's see what we get here. Nothing crazy in this pack. I think that gives us some more stuff for Satellar. Battle Guard Howling's also like an okay card as well. UA Stadium, but we might be set on those. That's fine. Second to last pack. Damn, that sucks. Another Shaddoll Dragon. I think that's our 4th one, which, I mean, it's still 4 Shaddoll Dragons, don't get me wrong. But that could have literally been any of the other rares, and I would have been happy. That would have been a 3rd Beast. That would have been 1 Falco. And I think this maybe rounds out a playset of 9 Volt if we don't already have it. So our Batteryman strategy is getting bolstered as well. Last pack luck. Come on. Come on. Oh, I saw purple, and oh my god. I thought this was going to be a Shaddoll Fusion. Oh, but you know what? Another Panzer Dragon is not bad. One thing I'm nervous about, this may be my only copy of Monarch Stormforth, which Stormforth is an insanely powerful card. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. So I was right, 3 copies of 9 Volt, so I'm happy we got those because that just means we have another deck that we can possibly play. 4 Hedgehogs, 7 Squamata, 1 Stormforth. That kind of sucks because there's a lot of decks that can take advantage of Stormforth, but it is what it is. But honestly, we came out so far ahead. I think it's really easy in this set to pull just a bunch of cards that don't really work well together. I really wish like the Deneb and the Saphira were just, or the Yang Zing Creation were just Shaddoll cards. But if we come out on top of today's episode, we could spin the wheel, hit a wild card, and possibly just bolster our strategy with a Winda or a Construct or whatever we feel like is missing. But you already know what we're playing today. Let's get to building.
Halloween may have been just a few weeks ago, but I decided to bring something extra extra spooky with this release of Duelist Alliance. A card I completely overlooked in the opening that I didn't even talk about is actually one of the best support cards for this archetype that we piloted a long time ago. Pretty sure we got a game off of Alex with this thing, and with the release of White Prince, I guarantee we'll get another one. White Prince is crazy. If he's sent to the graveyard, we get to send a Skull Servant and a Lady in White from the deck to the graveyard. Foolish Burial for 2. If he's just chilling in the bin, we can banish 2 other Skull Servants and himself to special summon a King of the Skull Servant from the deck. This card, like, literally does it all. It's also called Skull Servant in the graveyard, exactly what we need. So White Prince is kind of ridiculous, right? We're going to be able to get some extremely good value off of him if we send him off of Armageddonite, especially if we send him off of Curry Bandit. And of course, like I talked about, Mathematician is a card that we picked up off the wheel a while ago. So he's going to become instrumental with getting all these cards to the graveyard. Mizuki to 2, I think we ended up getting a second one in the battle pack, which came up pretty good today, actually. I'm really happy that I have another copy to be able to spend to summon back the big guy from the bin. Soul Charge at 3, ever so nasty in this deck here, right? Just reborn all 3 King of the Skull Servants. They're all fucking massive. I don't know how Alex outs like 3 5,000 attack point guys. Unlikely, I'll say. And then, of course, Zombie Master is another great way to be able to pitch these dead Skull Servants from our hand, or the Mizukis that end up just sitting in there, to replace them with a 5,000 attack point guy when he hits the graveyard. I think this is solid. This is going to be a lot of fun to play here, and hopefully this will allow us to take a victory and take the lead in Progression Series Season 2, the first time in, God, a very long time. If all else fails, we have our old buddy Plague Spreader Zombie that we can send with Armageddonite and make Brionic. From what I know, Brionic's not too bad, right? You know, he's a pretty good card. Let's have a little fun. Let's see if Alex is ready for it.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we actually get to play Shaddoll in Progression Series. Now, Season 1, we sort of got to do this, but I don't think it was nearly this good. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be a fun time, and we get to play with some incredibly powerful cards today. So let's do the card by card. Obviously, we are playing a Chaos deck of sorts, but cut me some slack. I don't have all the Shaddoll support just to play like pure Shaddoll. We kind of need some other things to make it work. I have one fucking construct, for Christ's sake, so we need some other bombs. And so in that light, we of course, in addition to our construct, have a BLS, double Chaos Sork, and a Dark Arm Dragon. What's nice is that Dark Arm can be searched with the newly acquired Eclipse Wyvern from a few episodes back, I believe one of the Gold Series sets. And if this gets hit sent to the grave, we can just banish the Dark Arm, and we have many ways to banish the Wyvern via the Chaos Sork, the BLS, or even our 2 copies of Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. So because of that, this just gives us a lot of ways to access just giant monsters that Gage is just going to be overwhelmed by. But in addition to that, we have all of our other generic Shaddoll stuff. So of course we have Beast, which when it's sent to the grave draws a card, or if we can actually flip it, it draws 2 and discards 1. This is what kind of sucks about not having Falco, is because Falco could just bring this back and then we get this effect like really easily, but because of that, we're going to kind of have to deal with the fact that this is probably just going to be a +1 most of the time, just going to grave, but honestly, that's fine. Dragon's a compulse when it's flipped, but also pops a spell and trap when it's sent to grave. Hedgehog, when it's flipped, adds Shaddoll Fusion, but when it's sent to grave, adds a Shaddoll monster, and Squamata just dumps any of the other Shaddolls, but on flip of summon, it's just a Man-Eater Bug, which is fantastic. To supplement that, of course, we have our 2 copies of Mathematician that we acquired from Dragons of Legend. This being able to dump anything that's level 4 or lower means that we can just get any of our Shaddolls in grave, but also we can dump something like Glow Up Bulb to set up for synchro plays, potentially. We've also got an Armageddonite here just to act as the 3rd Mathematician to send any of our things. It's also good because this is level 4, so pairing with our Chaos Dragons means we have instant access to a rank 4. Then we also have 2 copies of Lila just to deal with back row. It's a light, but additionally, it has the Light Sworn name thanks to the newly pulled Charge of the Light Brigade from Astral Pack. It's crazy how that worked out. But also, its effect to mill is an effect, not a cost, even though it does happen in the end phase. So even if we go Lila pass and mill some Shaddolls, we actually get to trigger effects and can plus off of this effect. We've got 3 Veilers in the deck to act as defense, but also because they're tuners, that opens up some plays. And then Gores is just a nice defensive card to have as well, since we don't have much defense in the trap department. Oh yeah, and then Max C's still legal as well. For the spells, I already mentioned Charge of the Light Brigade. I don't like that the milling is cost, so we can't trigger Shaddolls, but it fuels the graveyard for Chaos Synergy. It gets us to a Lila, which is most of the time perfectly fine, and overall, it's just a fine card. We have Darkhold to reset the board, Pot of Greed because it's broken, Shaddoll Fusion because it's actually broken, and when Gage sees this, he's going to lose his mind, and only 1 Soul Charge because we only pulled 1, otherwise we'd probably play more. Because we're sort of limited by Progression Series rules, I did feel like we had to play some traps, so we're playing the limited Bottomless, the limited Compulse, the Sinister Shadow games we pulled, obviously, because why not? Then Judgment Warning and Torrential Tribute. For the extra, of course, we have Shaddoll Construct, which is one of the craziest cards printed at this time, and hopefully we get to abuse this. I really hate that we don't have Falco once again, because Falco can reset a summoned construct, which is very valuable, but again, it is what it is. We have some synchros in the form of Catastor, Black Rose, Brionac, Leo, and Stardust Dragon, which is valuable if we need to use our Bolt bulbs or our veilers or anything like that. And then we have plenty of rank 4s to go with our Chaos Dragon package, including Daigusto Emerald, Evil Storm Nightmare, Labombal Chain, Maze Stroke, Double 101, Utopia, Master Key Beetle, and Photon Papal Operative. And then the side, we are still playing the hands because they're just decent removal. Raikou in here for even more removal, but also it's searchable with charge, so it just gives us more targets. We've got BrainCon and MindCon. I need to evaluate what deck Gage is playing because it's weird. I mean, I feel like he could play realistically anything after this Judgment. We've got triple MST in here as well, just for any spell or trap-based deck that he may have. Double Breakthrough Skill because it's good at just negating effects and just providing more defense in the trap department. And same thing goes for Dimensional Prison, just if we need to banish monsters or just give us more defense and play a more controlling playstyle. You know, taking another look at this, I want to make sure I have all my bases covered for what Gage might play this episode, so I'm going to take those 2 cards out. I'm going to put some wiretaps in here. I just want to make sure I have more protection against any of like the back row focus strategies. Chain Burn could potentially still be on the table, although I feel like we just need more than MST. I know we have Raikous and Lilas and Dragons. I just want to make sure we're covered on that department. I think we've got enough aggro. Let's just make sure we're more well-rounded. So in any case, this is going to be a fantastic episode. I think it already has been, in all honesty, so let's not make you guys wait any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Gage, we aren't even at the duel yet, and I feel like this episode could already just be cut right here, and we could just do like a part 2 of Duelist Alliance, because holy crap, how are you feeling?
Amazing. This set, like you said, brings a whole bunch of new archetypes into the game that are mainstays for like the next year or 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing a lot of really powerful Yu-Gi-Oh cards just released in the next few sets in the Pendulum era. How do you look back on the Pendulum era now that we're entering it?
I still think pendulums were a mistake. I honestly still hate pendulum archetypes with a passion, but that's just me. I think just because I'm more of a boomer and I grew up with the older Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, that's just kind of how I am. There's like a couple of pendulum archetypes that are neat. Dynamists in particular, you know, they've had their time in Prague Season 1, so I can't be too upset, you know, at you know, all pendulum cards. How do you feel, though? I think you're particularly fond of some of the pendulum cards, if I recall.
Yeah, I played a lot during this era of Yu-Gi-Oh! I played in like a lot of regionals. I was traveling all the time to duel. So, I mean, I guess I have some fond memories of it, but looking back on it, I also think pendulums were a pretty mighty mistake, right? A lot of them ended up just being really unfortunate, and an entire master rule, warped around it. They had to change it because it was so bad, right?
Yeah, we're not even at that point yet either. This is just purely Master Rule 3, and we're probably going to see why in the next few episodes, maybe not the next few, but as we move along, why they had to ultimately kind of shift things around. Because pendulums, man, they do introduce a lot of complexity to the game and a lot of unfun stuff as well. But interesting how the things are going to develop, especially since we decided to ban Oppression and Emptiness. So a lot of like the hard counters to a lot of decks like that completely turned off now. But obviously, I think it's for the better too, because I think it just makes for a more fun viewer experience. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I said in the Judgment, if you Royal Oppression my Pendulum summon, this whole mechanic was for nothing. I don't think actually I would be angry. So no, I think we're definitely going to be moving in. Even though this era of Yu-Gi-Oh might not be the fondest memories for some people, we'll make our own memories in the Progression series.
I said it in the overview of the set, but I feel like this was maybe still to date the most transformative set in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, modern Yu-Gi-Oh history, and I think it's really hard to beat a set like this. The amount of just cards across the entire set that it introduced to the game, there's really never enough. I think the only set, I think I said, that even came close to this is probably Power of the Elements, and even then, I still don't think it stood up to what Duelist Alliance did for the game.
Yeah, crazy you bring up Power of the Elements. That's a new set, man. Just goes to show how powerful these sets are nowadays.
Exactly. Well, let's stop talking, Gage. I know everyone wants to see us duel, so shout the patron Jason Burns. Thank you for the support. Big episode, my friend. Big episode. Best of luck to you in the rock paper scissors. Let's see how it plays out. Okay.
Ooh, all right, you win the first die roll or the first RPS of the Pendulum era here. Let's see what you choose to do.
This is tough. I think I'm going to go first. I still don't know. I think one of the fun things about this is that with all the changes we made to our format, I actually don't know, like, what either of us is going to be bringing to the table, in all honesty. Like, there's well, I know what I'm bringing, but realistically, the viewers going into this episode, it was like anything's game. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. So we'll go to main one, and I guess we should just go for it. Let's start with Charge of the Light Brigade.
Oh, okay. I do like this card. Send 3 for cost. Let me see it. Oh my goodness, that's a
Ooh.
Shadal Squamata. How good did you pull from this set, dude?
Don't worry about it, Gage. We're gonna go ahead and take a Lila from the deck.
Yeah, that's
and we're just gonna normal summon Lila. We're gonna go to end phase
Did
in mill 3 if that's
you want to
okay.
trigger your Squamata? Did you want to dump something with it?
It does not trigger because charge is cost.
Oh, it is cost. You're right. You learned something new.
Yes.
All right, there you
The
go.
Shadal's only work on effect, which Lila happens to be here.
It does. All right, you can Lila end phase. That's perfectly okay with me, actually.
Okay, we're gonna mill.
Nice mills.
Unfortunate. Okay, go ahead.
Sinister Shadow Games, too. That's an ultra. You really did get the whole Shadal package. That's kind of crazy. All right, man. I'll draw for turn here. I'm going to go to my standby.
Let's see what you're
and my
cooking.
main. I'm cooking some gas, bro. You're going to get destroyed here. Hold on. This is going to be great. All right, man. With the release of Duelist Alliance, like you said, a lot of impactful cards. One of them I almost completely overlooked, but I'm pretty sure this deck gave you a fright last time I played it. Might be a couple weeks out from Halloween, but I still feel like it's fitting. I'm going to activate 1 for 1, and I am going to discard the mighty Skull Servant from my hand.
Oh
to
my
summon
god!
one from deck.
The White Prince!
Yes, sir. I'm going to use my 1 for 1, and I am going to summon the king of the Skull Servants from my deck
Oh my
directly.
god.
He's a weenie down,
I'm
bro.
down.
Only 1,000 attack. But what if I told you I have the Foolish Burial in my hand to send another
For the White
card?
Prince?
Yes, sir. The newest release, White Prince, will be going from deck to graveyard. This effect is
Sure.
unreal, dude. If he's sent to the graveyard, I can Foolish Burial 2, another Skull Servant, and a Lady in White from my hand or deck directly to the graveyard. So,
Yep.
weird. I'm going to take them from the deck. I'll pull a Skull Servant and a Lady of the White, put him in the graveyard. And you know,
Thankfully, it's hand and deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine, like, they're like, this card's crazy. It's only going to be from the deck, just in case you happen to hard draw the Lady in White.
Yeah,
But in any case, this Skull Servant's gotten a bit bigger now.
yeah, you know what? I'll even adjust the stats. 4,000 attack stacked on this guy already.
Yeah, look at that. I love that they have this feature now. This makes this king seem so much more intimidating.
He means business, bro. He means business. You know what? He's feeling a little lonely out there. I feel like I got to give him some backup. I'm going to
Okay.
normal summon... I think this is his side chick or something like that. The Lady in White. I'll hit the field here.
Yeah.
So, level 3 or lower zombies, except herself, can't be destroyed by battle, and they're unaffected by spell and trap cards. So, little dark hole
Yep.
action isn't going to even bother me. I'm going to go to my
Yeah.
battle phase. 4,000 attack. Surely it goes through.
It's going to hurt. Damage step?
You have honest? No, you don't.
No, I don't. I'll take 23.
I was going to be like, no, you don't.
I gave you a fright of your own. You're not the only one.
You did. All right, man. I'm feeling great, dude.
It wouldn't have mattered because King, if it's killed by battle, you could have just brought it back anyway.
Comes back really easy. All right, man. I'll
Yeah.
back him up with a back row. Your move?
Okay, I will draw. Let's go standby main. See what we're gonna do here now. All right, we got to deal with King. We got to deal with Lady. We got our hands full here. We've got our hands full here. I'm not gonna lie, Gage. This is kind of scary. King of the Skull Servants is he's kind of thick. I'm not gonna
Dude, he's
lie.
big. 4,000's no joke.
He's
He means
big.
business.
Yeah. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Armageddon Knight and activate the effect.
Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty good.
With our Armageddon Knight, let's go ahead and dump ourselves a Shadal Dragon. And with Dragon's effect, we're going to target to pop your back row.
Okay, a little bit of back row removal. Give me a second to think about my options here. I'm not even afraid of your Armageddon Knight, right? What are you going to do? I'll allow it. That's fine. You can pop my Phoenix Wing.
All right,
Wing
what do we pop in?
Blast.
A Wing Blast, huh? Interesting. Okay. Still a bit spooked. This King can get really fucking big.
You want to make him bigger? You want to make him 5,000?
I'd prefer not to, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think we just have to go full aggro here. So we're going to drop Dad.
Oh, shit.
We do have 3 darks.
All right. Yeah, you do. I had to double check.
Thank you, Charge of the Light Brigade and Lila.
I had to double check. That's fine. Okay.
Let's go ahead and banish this Collapse Serpent. We'll take out the Lady in White.
Okay. Skull Servant's up to 5,000. I don't think he'll be here for that much longer.
Don't worry. He's not going to be here very long. Don't worry. Especially when we banish a Light and a Dark for Chaos
Oh
Sorcerer as well.
my god, bro. Okay, nice deck. All right.
Yeah. Oh, you were... You were wondering what I was up to here. We're gonna use this Chaos Sork to actually take out your king.
Okay, can't attack this turn with him, but that is
It
pretty
cannot, but honestly, that's fine. 1428.
2800. I'm gonna take them both. Yep.
And I'll set a card and
All right,
pass.
man. I'll draw for turn. Stand by main. I am gonna activate Mystical Space Typhoon. I'll clear that back row, whatever it is.
Ooh, that's pretty good. It was my warning.
Oh, that is a really good hit. I'm happy with that one. All right, man. What am I gonna do?
Got a lot to juggle here.
You know what? That's like still insane. Oh man, I can't do all of that.
Oh, you cannot. I know exactly what you were
Yeah, you know,
thinking.
I'm looking in the graveyard for a reason. Yeah. I do think this is my only option. I'm going to Soul Charge for 2 cards.
Soul Charge off the top. Unless you had the MST,
I
but
had
still.
the Soul Charge in my hand. Relax.
Okay. Still, though, that's nuts. Yeah, okay. What are we
I think
doing?
I'm going to pay 2,000, and I'm going to bring back a Skull Servant and the White Prince.
Okay.
Wish I had 4,000 life points. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, this is what it's going to have to be. I think, right? Protect. Okay, I got to bring back one more. Because the math is not mathing if I don't do that.
Ooh,
So
okay. It's going down to 800.
800 life points. I'm going to take my 2 level 1s and I'm going to exceed them. I'm going to make Slacker Magician in defense position.
Okay.
So let's see here. How would this work? You go... I mean, yeah, that's literally all I have here. I think this gives me another turn here despite your Dark Arm Dragon pop. Because this can negate it. But I'm looking a little rough. I'm going to pass my turn to you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand by main. I think you're just dead here, right? Yeah, I think you are. Okay. We're gonna banish Shadal Dragon for Wyver Burster.
Okay.
Overlay for Pappy.
Yeah, that'll do it. All right, game 2. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I had it anyway, but
you got
still.
a nutty hand, bro. That was pretty crazy. I don't know about all that. That was nuts. I was just saying, man, I thought my turn 1 was pretty solid, bringing out the 4,000 attack point King of the Skull Servants. But then you followed it up and you said, all right, summon Dad, summon Sork, GG. I was like, oh my goodness.
Charge of the Light Brigade and Lila did their job, and so you haven't even seen like the best parts of my deck yet. I think that's the best part of everything.
I haven't.
So
I mean, I think
you haven't. No.
I think the only thing that would scare me even more is if you have a Shadal fusion and then a Shadal fusion monster to go with it too. That would be disastrous for me. So
interesting. Interesting you say that. All right, what are you gonna pick, buddy? First or second?
I'm gonna go first. I think setting up with my Skull Servants will be pretty good.
Okay, best of luck. Let's see how it goes.
All right, best of luck, Duelist. Let's go. Stand by main. All right, we'll start it off. I'm surprised this card lasted another Judgment. I'm going to activate Pot of Greed. I'll take 2 more.
Oh, come on. It's tradition to keep Pot of Greed around.
It is,
we
man.
can't ban the Smiling Man.
You got to, right? Only the greediest of guys here. This seems irresistible, I think is the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
I'm going to normal summon Curry Bandit.
Yeah, I like it.
And then,
all right.
you know what? My turn's pretty good there. I'm just going to go to the end phase and we'll use Curry Bandit's effect. Anything before I leave the main phase? Any Veilers?
Nah, you're fine.
All right. We'll tribute him and then we'll excavate top 5 cards in my deck. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's so good. Oh my god.
Those are good hits. Look at that.
Oh my god. I think I'm gonna pick up this Book of Life. Actually, it's kind of looking good to me. So we'll do that. We'll put the rest of these cards to the graveyard. Couple zombies in there.
Mizuki and Plague is not bad at all.
Those are my best
I think
buddies.
both of those cards are at 3 now, if my memory serves.
I think so. Yeah, kind of crazy, right? What a world we live in.
You're all standby main. It's only fair.
It's only fair. It's only fair, right?
Yeah, we both got to. All right. What are we gonna do? I think we're just gonna go. We're gonna play a bit slow. I'm just gonna do a nice T set and pass. We'll check it back to you.
T set. Okay, I like it. I'm gonna draw for my turn. I'll go standby main phase. All right, man. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna start with Darkhold. I'm gonna just wipe this monster off the face of the earth. Let me see what it is.
It's a Shadal Hedgehog.
All right.
I'll use the effect.
Yeah, go ahead and search any Shadal monster.
Any Shadal monster indeed. In this particular instance, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves a dragon.
Okay, not bad. All right, I am going to open up my turn with Zombie Master.
Ooh, this is going to get gross.
It is. I am going to use Zombie Master's effect. I will pitch White Prince from my hand, and I will
That seems pretty good.
target the Plague Spreader zombie.
Zombie Master pitching White Prince for Plague. Where is this going to go? I know you have a Book of Life in your hand from the Curry Bandit as well. White Prince is going to dump some dudes for you. This is very scary. Yeah, sadly, I think that's going to go through.
Okay, so we'll special summon the Plague Spreader zombie from the graveyard, and then I'll trigger my White Prince.
Get dumping.
Yep, we'll put a Skull Servant and a Lady of the White in the graveyard here. Do we have anything at this juncture? Anything you want to do?
Nope.
Okay, I am going to Synchro Summon for 6. I'm going to bring out
What are you making?
Bryonic, Dragon of the Ice Barrier.
This guy's also still legal.
Actually, he's banned in this format now, but in our format,
Well,
he's legal.
in our format, he's legal.
So that's pretty
Yeah,
good,
that's
right?
what I
Yeah.
meant to say.
All right, I am going to use Bryonic's ability. I'm going to discard this King of the Skull Servants, and I'm going to bounce that back row. This is a hard read. That's a mirror force. Bro. That's a mirror force. Oh,
Chain it.
okay.
It's compulse.
Compulsory evacuation device. All right, he can bounce back. That's fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Still got some plays here.
I'm going to go Book of Life. I'm going to banish that Shadal Hedgehog that I Darkhold, and I'm going to reborn my Zombie Master from the graveyard.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to use Zombie Master's ability again. Soft once per turn. It's once per copy. Okay, we're going to reborn the King of the Skull Servants.
So he is 3,000, if my math is right.
Yeah, and I just realized my math is wrong. I thought I had game. Oh, God, bro. I'll adjust the stats. I see what I was doing wrong, too. Wait, I think that changes the math I was just looking at. I think that makes the game I was looking for. Another line that I figured out here. I am just going to send it. I'll go to battle phase with these two. I'll go 18-3.
I'll take it all. It's fine.
It's 32. I felt really good with this amount of damage on board last time, but it didn't really get me anywhere. I don't want to put any extra deck monsters on board.
What are you afraid of, Gabe?
I'm afraid of Activate Shadal Fusion exactly, bro. So I'm gonna try to respect that. I'm gonna try to respect that as best as I can here. I'm just going to I'll pass my turn there. Go ahead.
Okay. We'll draw. Standby main. Now it's my time to think.
I just have 2 dudes on the board. I got a Blue Eyes White Dragon and a Legend on the board. You can't out that?
They're a bit more sticky than Blue Eyes and Legend, if we're being honest. Still got plenty that you can do here. I think the move is just set and pass.
You feel safe enough doing that? I'll draw for turn. Stand by main. What do we got? How you feel safe enough doing that? Like, you're dead. That's Shadal Dragon, and you put my Bryonic back. Okay, then. I will use Plague Spreader Zombie. Hold on. I'll use my Mizuki. I'll bring back this Plague Spreader Zombie.
It's fine.
And I'm going to synchro off for 6. I'm going to make the Bryonic you gave me back. I'm going to bounce this Shadal Dragon to your hand. And
They were.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man.
You can go back to main 1. What was that you were saying about how do I feel safe behind a set defense position Shadal Dragon gauge?
All right, bro, relax. All right, let's see what you do here. This is going to telegraph to me if you have fusion in your hand, depending on what you decide to keep around. If I put 3,000 to you, it doesn't kill you. It puts you to 200. Leaving me with Bryonic is like pretty good for me. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go battle phase. I'll attack with King of the Skull Servants first.
Is Squamata.
Oh, okay.
I will take out the Brio.
That's fine. Yeah, okay. All right, taking out the extra deck monster. He wants to get rid of some damage. I'll go main 2 and.
I mean, you are playing Skull Servant.
Yeah, right.
I am afraid of just dying out of nowhere.
They are pretty big, aren't they? Kind of sad. My Mizuki's gone now. I thought I had it there. All right, I'm just gonna pass turn to you then.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand by main. All right. What are we dealing with here? You've still got a live plague. Got to deal with this big ol' Skull Servant. Seems like an okay position. I'm gonna banish Squamata for Wyver Burster.
Okay.
Normal Shadal Dragon.
Okay.
Oh wait, did you normal this king?
I did Did I normal him? I think I did, right? Let me go to log.
Did you? Am I thinking last game's when you won for one day?
Yeah, last game's the one I won for.
Or did you zombie master? No, you zombie mastered
mastered
it. It is
one.
special.
It is special. Okay.
You did.
Yep.
Okay, I was about to. For a second, I was like, "Oh, this is about to go really poorly for me."
You can slurp him up. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll take him. We'll just go battle for 21.
Not even scared of gores. Come on, man.
Where is it?
What do you take me for? That's okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Draw for turn. Let's see here.
You don't have a ton of options here, so I'm curious to see where you're gonna go with this.
Well, they all start with soul charge, so.
God, again. I mean, you have 3 of it, so I can't really be that mad.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
what do you expect here? I think I'm gonna go for 3 Z's here. I'm gonna go for those 3. That seems good. I'm gonna go for 3,000, and I will summon back Zombie Master, Armageddon Knight, and the Bryonic.
Scary.
Okay.
Yep.
Armageddon Knight's triggers. Let's dump.
It does.
Probably unsurprising to you, I'm gonna dump another White Prince, and then we'll use White Prince's effect.
Scary.
Play.
Yep.
Skull Servant and Lady in White. This is still the right play. Yeah, I'm going to make my own Silent Honor arc here in defense position.
Sure.
Detach, get the material back. I don't feel all too bad here, right? Like, this is still pretty good.
Yep, it is indeed.
I'm just going to pass my turn there. Okay? Go ahead.
I'll draw. Gage,
What's up?
why am I so fucking good at this game?
Did you top deck that too? That really
I
came from the
did.
far left of your hand. You're an animal, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Do what you want. That's fine. Oh my god.
What was that you were saying
bro.
about if I top deck or if I have a Shadal fusion in my deck, and if I also happen to have an accompanying fusion monster? It's really interesting that you say that.
Please send your attributes. I've got to see what you get. Did you get the window or did you get the construct?
Okay, yeah.
Either or
So
doesn't do a whole lot.
Shadal
here,
fusion is great. I got to figure out how I'm actually getting out of this though.
Yeah, I was gonna say construct's nice, but I don't know how he deals. Up
Yeah.
against both of these boys here.
We'll see. We're gonna go ahead and dump ourselves Squamata and Eclipse Wyvern.
You really did get construct and Shadal fusion.
Construct hit the field, my friend.
Crap,
All right.
dude. Okay.
So this
yeah,
is
that's
gonna
good.
this is gonna get gross. So I got 3 triggers here. Eclipse Wyvern is mandatory, so it actually has to be Chain Link 1. And then we have Squamata and Construct, both of which send. So we'll just use both of those in whatever order because it's basically the same thing. Is that fine?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So with one of them, we'll dump Beast. With another, we'll dump Hedgehog. And with the Wyvern, we will banish our Dark Arm Dragon.
Okay. Yep.
New chain, we're going to go... I don't know why I banished these. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't worry.
We will go Beast 1, Hedgehog 2.
Yep. Resolves.
Hedgehog's going to get us Dragon, and Beast will draw us a card. Okay.
Bro, if you drew that Chaos Sorcerer, I'm gonna... Oh my god.
I think I would have windmill slammed it if it was Chaos Sword, to be fair.
I was gonna say, if you drew that Chaos Sorcerer with that top deck too, I don't even know what to say.
I think we've got to do it this way. That's fine by me. I'm gonna banish a Beast for Wyvern Burster.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we got to do it that way. Let's go ahead and then normal summon Ice Hand.
Sure.
Gonna make our second 101.
Yep.
I'm gonna take your Brio.
Sure.
And then we will hit into your 101.
Yep. And it protects itself from destruction.
Does protect itself. Yep. And then second main, I have normaled this turn. I think we are just going to pass on that.
Okay. Alrighty. Heart of the cards, baby. I'll draw for turn. Stand by main.
Bit of a precarious situation we find ourselves in.
It's a weird one. Outing this construct is actually a pain in the ass. I'm starting to realize it's not coming really easy here.
I feel okay about my position, but I know what your deck is capable of, and I don't feel safe in the slightest. That's what frightens me.
I'm gonna activate White Prince in the graveyard. Allows me to banish himself and 2 Skull Servants from the graveyard to then special summon 1 from the deck here.
Specifically a king.
Specifically the king from the deck here. Keep in mind, king is boosted by not only all the Skull Servants, but king himself. So this is a 4,000 attack point king of the Skull Servant.
Correct.
It
I
is
tried to build a board to insulate from this.
Yeah, it's a special summon monster, so like Construct's kind of a pain in the ass. I think I just have to set him up for defense.
You have to waste an attack on it, though.
On what? What do you mean? You do.
On the king, if I want to clear it, so... But you are correct. Construct does clear this quite well because it doesn't kill it in battle.
Yeah. I think this is all I got here. I'm going to set 2 cards, and I'm going to pass my turn. Go ahead.
Interesting. All right, I'll draw. Standby main. Saw like Wind Blast out of you both games.
Yeah,
You don't have any cards in hand, so not like that's going to fucking do
Wing
anything.
Blast, bro.
You still have another White Prince, which is mildly concerning in this situation. I think we'll just go to battle.
Okay.
I'm going to try to take out the king.
Yes! Yes! We're going to game 3! Man,
Are
you
we?
are so greedy. I'm going to activate Breakthrough skill on your Construct. And Alex,
Oh,
I'm going
shit.
to chain Burial from a different dimension. I'll return all 3 Skull Servants to boost this guy up to 7,000. Battle damage through cleanly, bro. That's a game 3 if I've ever seen it.
I can't believe I just fucking lost to that.
Oh my god, dude!
I'm sorry.
cheesing.
How am I gonna play around breakthrough skill burial from a different dimension? What the fuck?
That was so sick. All right, game 3, baby.
Gage, we've had some moments in Prague. That's gonna be up there. I can't even comprehend what just happened. You breakthrough skilled my Construct and burialed back the Skull Servants to just immediately. That was like the worst magic cylinder I've ever seen in my life, effectively, is what that was.
Yeah, to put it nicely, that's how it worked, right? It sent you to
basically,
the Shadow Realm through battle
It
damage.
did send me to the Shadow Realm. I'm going to go first. I feel like I need to have some setup. Like, I don't like the fact that, like, you get a battle phase and everything, but, like, shit. I feel like I need something here. All right. Best of luck. Main phase 1. Let's see what we're cooking. We started with charge again, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right. Well, there goes that. You should feel good about that.
I do feel, yeah, I feel awesome about that. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll grab a Lila. Then I think we'll just normal Lila, go to end phase mill 3.
Sounds like a plan.
See what we hit. Ooh, and cards that do absolutely nothing. I'm glad Pot of Greed was on top of my deck.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
I'll draw for turn. We'll go standby main. Okay, well, I mean, Shaddoll Fusion out the way. I feel a lot more confident putting extra deck monsters on the field here.
You're assuming I only have one.
Yeah, I'm going to assume you only have one. If you pulled more than one, you are the progression series. Just take the rest of the series. It's yours, bro. Let's see here. All right, this is... Are you killing me next turn? Yeah, no lights in the graveyard. No, all right, we'll do this. We'll play slow. I'm going to start with Curry Bandit.
Sure.
And I'll just go directly to my end phase. We'll tribute him off.
Thinking.
Okay, end of main phase. Please activate your Veiler.
I am going to Veiler this.
Okay. Respectable decision. Ooh, okay. That's fine. I'm just going to... I'll pass my turn there.
Okay, I'll draw. Standby main. Let's think. I think I want to start applying a lot of pressure here, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to banish this Veiler for Collapse Serpent.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to normal another Lila.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. All right.
Let's go to battle. Let's just hit.
All right, feeling real good. Shockmaster is not in our format anymore. I'll take 700. No problem. I'll take...
And we'll go 17, 18.
Yeah, I'll take it all. 35.
Okay. Second main. Yeah, we'll do this. I'm going to overlay these two. And we're just going to make Lavable Chain.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's use Chain.
You gonna send or stack?
That's okay.
Yeah, that's gonna...
I'm going to send.
Okay, sure. Go for it.
We're just going to send Beast to draw a card.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Cool. Okay. We'll go to end phase and mill 3 for Lila.
Yep.
Okay.
Dude, your Lila's not been helping you out.
Not a ton. Not a ton.
She's built like some of your best cards in your deck. I don't know how you feel about that. Okay, I'll draw. Stand by main.
Sure.
And I will take a moment to ponder my options. All right, I'm going to start my turn by normal summoning Armageddon Knight, and I'm going to use his ability.
That's fine.
Okay, I am going to send my Plague Spreader zombie from deck to graveyard. I'm going to use the Plague Spreader. I'm going to stack, and I'm going to summon this.
Chain Maxi.
That resolves. Take your card. And now I gotta recalculate this.
Now you gotta reevaluate.
Yeah, especially with as little amount of stuff as you have in deck. I think I can give you another 2 cards. I think this has to be worth it. I'm going to start with Foolish Burial.
Yep.
I'm going to send a White Prince from deck to graveyard.
So
And will White Prince send a Lady in White and the Skull Servant?
Sure.
I'm going to 1 for 1. I'll pitch my Skull Servant, and we'll summon the king. We'll get the king out.
Take a draw. This king is 4,000?
He is 4,000 at the moment. That's correct. Get a dark check. There are 3 darks in that graveyard. There will be 4 after I bounce this Lavalval Chain. We'll go use the Plague Spreader and the Armageddon Knight.
Welcome back,
You
Brio.
know him. You know, love him there. Brio, and then Brio, I will bounce the... why would I give you back Lavalval Chain? This is like pretty much the same damage on anyways. I'm going to give you back the Lila.
Sure.
Play around honest, you know, just respect it.
I got in your head that first game.
All right, a whole bunch of damage here. This thing's 5,000. This feels all right. Okay, I'm going to go battle phase.
You're all in on
Yeah, I'm
this.
going to go 5,000 into the Lavalval Chain.
So this is going to be 32.
And then
My math is right.
23 direct with Brionic.
Okay, that's a lot.
Go ahead, your turn.
It's all in. All right, stand by main. So what are we cooking with here? Got a White Prince. So you got a lot. I got to try to kill you this turn if I can. That'd be the ideal solution.
Like I said, man, I can't see it. Okay, well, no, there's a lot of cards that are absolutely disastrous here. Maybe giving you all these cards probably just cost me the game.
I gotta be honest, you bouncing with that Lila with the Brio was actually like
That's what caused the difference.
very, very heads up. I think I'd actually have it if it wasn't for that. I don't really think I can afford to gamble here. All right, let's go Lila. We're gonna banish the other Lila for a Collapse Serpent. If this was a Wyver Burster, this would be infinitely easier. We'll overlay for a 101.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably going to take him, but I still want to think here. Yeah, that's the correct one. Thank you very much. And then we will banish our only light, sadly. And we'll get rid of a dark as well. And we'll go Chaos Sork.
Yeah.
And banish the Brio.
Yeah. This is like exactly what I was petrified of, is giving you Chaos Sork food. What is he at? Is he at 1 still, or is he...
He's at 2.
Man. Underrated card. Honestly, that thing was released how long ago?
It's not bad.
Brio's fine.
It's not bad. We'll get in here. Like I said, unfortunately, I just don't have lethal, which is scary because there are cards I think that can get you out of this situation.
A couple top decks that could be good. Heart
See
of the
what
cards,
happens.
baby. Give me another King of the Skull Servant. Give me the King draw. Oh my god! Yes! Normal summon, and he's now 6,000. Nice attack position monster. Like, no way.
I cannot fucking believe that just happened. Are you fucking serious?
No way. That's so silly.
In my mind, I'm like, it's literally like King of the Skull Servants or nothing, and there's 1 out of the deck. So it's like,
well,
maybe I should have. I was trying to reduce your soul charge with the hit from Honor Arc because theoretically, I don't know how many soul charge you're on. You have more soul charge in deck than fucking kings at this point, and I'm afraid of you just summoning a bunch of shit and doing stuff with that. Oh my fucking
you should have been afraid of the wrong
Yeah.
thing, bro. There we go.
I was.
Wow.
I cannot believe.
What's the rest of the grip? What else you got in there? So
I had the second Chaos Sork, but I had no other way to get another light engrave. So I think technically I should have used both. I should have put both Lilas under the Lavalval Chain. So then that way, when you got rid of it, then both of them went to grave. I don't think I think I only had 1 in hand at that point, and I max C drew into the second one. And so there was just no opportunity for me to do that. I'm kicking myself, though. I didn't put Plague Spreader in this deck. And like, if every time I had Plagues, literally last game I could have won if I had Plague Spreader, and this game I could have won if I had Plague Spreader. So Oh my god, I can't believe that's literally the reason what cost me this game was not putting Plague Spreader in here. The rest of that, it's Bulb and fucking Squamata.
Wow.
So it was just a hand of monsters that just didn't really do anything.
Yeah, the baby dragons are insane, but the fact you threw them underneath XYZs every time, preventing them from floating, like, if you would have even maybe kept up, like you said, put both of the Lilas, this obviously would have been a different game, but even keeping the black dragon on the field, right? Like, that's allows you to get like a float into the white dragon, which is just another body. Right.
But then it's like, okay, like the other argument too is that I wanted Lila to hit Shaddoll, so I generate value off of the Lila. And I also wanted to just fuel I got plenty of light monsters in the deck. I've got like 10, I think, total. And so the fact that I only had one, I mean, Valor was gone already, so I guess there was one. But it's just unfortunate. Well, there's another one. There we go. So they were all in the deck, and so it sucked that it played out the way that it did. And so I could have put this 101 in defense and just played around the fact that you could have had King, and then if you like attack Chaos Sork, next turn I could have had plays as well. So like I didn't have to put it in attack, but I didn't want you to soul charge. That's what I was afraid of more than anything. So maybe I rushed it too much, but holy shit. Good games. I can't even be upset.
Good games.
It's my own. Both losses are my own fault. I can't even.
I had some tough ones, honestly. That game too, like I fully blundered a play. Like I was doing math, and I had like this super weird line to be able to get like exactly 8,000, or so I thought it was. I kept counting King of the Skull Servant as like an additional 1,000 attack. So when you brought up, oh, he's 3,000, I was like, oh my god, I thought he was 4,000. So like I spent this entire time like brewing up this whole combo to use my entire hand to kill you, and it wasn't going to get there. So I fully expected to lose that game too, and then I saw that breakthrough skill off the top to pair with the burial that I kept, and I was like, okay, like if you do exactly nothing, I win, and I ended up cheesing that one. And this one, I'm going to admit, yeah, I definitely, I think I blundered it too. I played way too hard into that Maxi for, I don't think, like a board that would have, I've seen you summon Chaos Sorcerer, like I could have actually got, oh, you're still on Gores too, you're an animal. Okay, but
oh yeah,
but yeah, I don't know.
That would have been great if I got a 5,000 attack Soul Servant token. Let me tell you.
Yeah, so I definitely, I still think you definitely had this game on paper. I just had the heart of the cards with me to draw that list.
You had the heart of the cards. The Age of Gauge in Arc V apparently is here.
Speaking of which, man, I think I finally have taken the lead from you. Right?
You have.
Wow.
You've taken the lead. What a way to take the lead too. Holy shit.
Earned it, bro. I earned that one. That's crazy.
Yeah, sure. I'm so mad. The fucking Plague Spreader. I'm so pissed about that. Because I even considered it, too. I'm like, Bulb is fine. Like, it's like, I like that Bulb mills for effect, which is kind of cool. So it's another way to trigger Shaddolls, which is why I liked it. The levels also line up with, like, some other things for some neat plays. But should have put in the Plague Spreader at the end of the day. All right, I'm kicking myself. How was your opening? You can clearly see mine went rather well.
Yours was insane, dude. I thought I got shafted on hollows. I only got supers and I got 4 of them, but...
Oh, so I took yours.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah, and I actually got like a whole bunch of good rares. I got like triple Graph, double Scarm, and a Seer, and then I actually did also get a copy of Shaddol Fusion, but I didn't get a fusion monster to pair with it. But my thought process was like, okay, if I can win this week, I can maybe spin on the wheel and get like one for the next week to make this entire core live.
Yeah.
Or if you pull something, now that I know you have it, I can snatch steal it off you. So I thought maybe there's options there. And I just feel like with the rares I got in particular, those Burning Abyss ones, I was like, I don't know if I want to reroll this. So I didn't. I ended up keeping it. I also got really cool extra deck monster. I ended up actually getting Castel, which I think is a really solid rank 4 too. But outside of that, that was my Duelist Alliance open. Please tell me what else you got from this set, because, dude, I can't actually believe you got Fusion and a Fusion to work with it. Like, did you only get one Shaddol Fusion? Please tell me you only got one.
Okay. Yeah, so Construct was the first card I opened, which is crazy. And then I got Shaddol Fusion like 2/3 of the way through the opening. I'm slightly kicking myself as well. I also pulled Shaddol Core.
Wow.
But Core isn't, like, that good considering, like, I only have one Fusion anyway. And so, like, if I'm not getting it back into the extra deck with, like, Augusto Emerald, there's not, like, a real advantage to recycling it. But when I milled it off the Lila, I could have gone Lavalval Chain. Lavalval Chain sends any card. I could have sent Core. Core could have put Shaddol Fusion in my hand.
Yeah.
So that would have been sick if I actually had the Core still in the deck, but I took it out because the only other value is that it's a level 1 tuner, so I could have made Leo. It's level 9, in case you never knew that. So that was like another neat little play I could have done
Wait,
as
the
well.
trap
But I
card's
just ended
level
up not.
9?
The trap card's level 9.
Who's
Yep.
designing these things? What's the lore behind that one? That's crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, so that's like a neat thing you can do as well. But I also ended up pulling a Deneb.
Oh, wow.
And I pulled I think I pulled Yang Zing Creation, maybe? My holos were insane. I pulled Saphira Ulti as well.
Wow.
So my opening was actually just absurd. I missed out on some things, like I didn't get Castel, but honestly, like, I'm not going to respin Construct Shaddoll Fusion. Like, there's no shot. The fans wanted something new for Duelist Alliance, so I wanted to bring it to the table. I had Mathematicians from Duelist Alliance, which is sick. Like, we're not playing full power Shaddoll at the end of the day, and that's where the Chaos Monsters have to do some heavy lifting, just because it's like, I only have one construct, and it's like, if you out that, then it's like, okay, cool. Now I'm just playing, like, somewhat good stuff Chaos, like, rank 4 Turbo. And, I feel like this deck is good. I feel like I could fine-tune it a little bit more, you know, Plague Spreader. But, that aside, it was everything I could have hoped for. And I think this is going to be real force moving forward. Now that you know about it, you're going to be able to come a little bit more prepared, which I'm scared for. But that aside, I still think it's fun that we got to spice up the decks a little bit in our new season.
Oh yeah,
here.
just looking forward to the new era of Yu-Gi-Oh here, man. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think with the new Judgment, I fully expect you to whip out the cool ass decks that you come up. You know, 2 Fire Dog, 1 Magician. I'm expecting it, bro. I'm looking forward to it.
I also. What's convenient is that I pulled this Charge of the Light Brigade in Astro Pack 5. I didn't have one
I mean, that's
before.
pretty useful, isn't it?
So I'm like, yeah, like how perfect for that to come together. So that was pretty sick. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just could not scratch together a win. How was your wheel, though? Like you mentioned, I was really hoping to win this one because then if I spin the wheel and hit a wild card, I could have a chance to get either another Shaddoll Fusion, maybe a Winda if we spin like an Ultra wild card, and just further solidify the strategy, which is why I was especially bummed that I ended up losing this one. But how was your
We ended
wheel?
up putting a lot of cards on and off the ban list, and I'm going to be adding another one with the next episode. So I will be, I got another ban ticket. You, on the other hand, you've got another banning to do. Aren't you on like a 4-loss streak now?
4-loss streak. Yeah, I felt really good going into this one with my Shaddoll core. Not the card, but the deck. But the one thing that was lacking too is I didn't pull a Falco, which is kind of awkward.
Really
but I pulled like everything else aside from I pulled like 5 dragons. So like. Literally, as far as Prague goes, I don't think anyone would have complained about these pulls. It was pretty nuts. So I'm scared to see what you're going to ban moving forward, just because my Shaddoll strategy might be very short-lived. But we'll try to rein it back next episode. I think this is a great way to start in the Arc V era, and there's going to be many more good games.
Thanks for the good match, bro.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout-outs to Shadow1317, Tim00x3, MBT Play Medolce, Moto, Cameron L. Smith, Phoenix Theme World, Pony Stark, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, Draconic Little Fadeleaf, Peyton McGrath, Dylan Rare Hunter, Jesse Wood, Chrono the Branded Enjoyer, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Flannel Daddy, Twinkle Muncher, Matthew Brady. I've tried reading cards before. It was horrible, and my guinea pigs had to get me therapy. Cheeks McLaperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Uncle Brian of Stardust, Wonder Waffle, MBT Cancel by all Community soon, Cancel by all Committee soon, Cancel by all Players soon, Nicholas Carpenter, Corvain, and Konami. When are we getting a Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore anime? Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.